Hi, and welcome to Hard Knox Bikes presents Changing a Tube, where we will demonstrate replacing an inner tube on the rear wheel of a bike. Things you'll need: a new inner tube, two tire levers, and a floor pump with an air pressure gauge. A hand pump will work fine too. If you don't have a bike stand, flip the bike upside down, resting on its handlebars and seat. To remove the rear wheel, open the quick release lever and remove the axle from the dropouts. Pull back the rear derailleur and pop the wheel up and out, making sure the cogs clear the chain. If the flat tire occurred while riding, check the outside of the tire all the way around for small debris that could be stuck and puncture a new inner tube. Check the rim as well for dents and damage. Now get your tire levers. Wide plastic ones can work just fine. Use one to anchor and one to pop off just one side of the tire. Begin near but not too close to the valve. Push one side of the lever under the bead of the tire and the other to anchor around a spoke. The tire lever has two sides, one to push under the tire and one to hook onto the spokes. Push the tire lever side under the bead or lip of the tire, popping only one side of the tire over the rim. Continue doing this until there is enough space to use your hand to take just one side of the tire off of the rim. Remove the other tire lever and move them aside. You won't need them anymore. Remove the valve cap to begin removing the inner tube. Next, remove the valve nut and make sure to keep them both in a safe space like a pocket, as they are small and easy to misplace. To remove the old inner tube, push back the part of the tire over the valve first. Push up the valve and the rest of the inner tube should easily come out from between the rim and the tire. Like before, if the puncture occurred while riding, check the inside of the tire with your hand to make sure no small bits of debris are stuck in a way they could puncture the new inner tube. Use the valve hole as a reference to make sure you've checked the whole wheel. Unfold the new inner tube, making sure there are no twists. Ensure it's the correct size for the wheel and tire, and the correct valve for the rim. Begin installing the new inner tube by placing the valve in the valve hole first. Push back the tire over it like when removing. Once the valve is all the way in, gently push the rest of the tube inside the tire all the way around the wheel. Make sure there are no twists, as this could lead to punctures once inflated. To get the tire on, start with the valve hole again. Push the side of the tire back onto the rim with your thumbs going all the way around the wheel, and the last portion, just use your thumbs to push it over. Next, check that all of the inner tube is inside the tire and none is between the outside of the tire and the rim of the wheel. This could cause a puncture of the new inner tube. Make sure to check all the way around so that no inner tube is visible. Next, place the valve nut back onto the valve, close to the rim but not tightly. Now the wheel is ready to go back onto the bike. When replacing the rear wheel, pull back the rear derailleur, making sure the chain goes around the cogs, allowing for pedaling. The axle of the wheel should pop down into the dropouts. Make sure the wheel is aligned with an equal amount of space on either side of the tire parallel to the frame. After aligned, secure and close the quick release. The next step will be adding air to the inner tube. This floor pump has an indicator so we know exactly how much pressure we're adding. For the press-to valve, ensure the tip is screwed out and then attach the air pump to the valve. Each tire has a different air pressure amount, or PSI, pounds per square inch, to tell how much pressure it needs. Generally, this is written on the side of the tire. Pump until the correct PSI is reached. Once air is in, remove the pump, screw down the tip of the valve, tighten the valve nut to the rim, and add the valve cap. One final step is to pedal the bike to ensure everything is moving smoothly. Everything looks good on this bike, so it's done and ready to roll. We hope you enjoyed our first video. At Hard Knox Bikes, our mission is to create more representation within the bicycling industry for women, people of color, queer, trans, femme, and gender variant folks. Based out of Oakland, California, we offer hands-on workshops and other resources. For more information, please check us out at www.hardknoxbikes.com. We are also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.